lot of people have been talking about Charlie Kirk as of lately. This is one video that I found that thought, okay, out of all the videos I've seen, this one right here really makes a very compelling argument. I just figured I should share it. So this video is Kirk assassination. New video evidence changes everything. It's by Range Day Bro. He has 229k subscribers. And this video is at 5.8 million views in 3 days. Without further ado, let's jump right in.
Ladies and gentlemen, I now have acquired proof that the FBI's official story is false, whether knowingly or unknowingly. We're going to have an entire monologue and talk about a lot of these things after I show you this, but if you take nothing else away from this video, you need to see this.
And in that video, you can see the same, what appears to be the bullet coming down, and it does line up with the actual gunshot itself.
So you're not counting gang violence. Great.
So this video was created by a friend of mine who is a Marine. You'll see him here at the end. This is the angle he is showing the shot coming from, showing where Charlie was sitting, and the angle of the shot, which will correspond with this video here, which unfortunately we will blur out Charlie's face, but we will show what is necessary to prove that this was an entry and exit wound. So you'll see him circle the highlighted area right there, and you'll see the exit wound corresponding after, a split second after, as it would from an entry and exit wound. So in this footage, you can clearly see that Charlie is shot from his back right, and there is blood splatter coming out of the entry wound immediately after a shot. The first arc is kind of down, as if it's just gushing out from the entry wound. And then the second shot corresponds with when his head kind of snaps forward. That fluid then flips up in relation to that motion, so you can see there's that second splatter flipping up into the air. This is something that I hadn't seen to this date. I saw this for the first time late in the evening yesterday, and I decided that this needed to be put out immediately because no one that I know of is talking about this.
I'm not even gonna lie, just even watching that video again, it's like, damn, like that shit is graphic. Like, I remember someone told me, it was like, hey, Charlie Kirk was shot. I was like, what? Where? Like, he was doing one of his talks, he was shot. And I'm like, what? And then the person who told me was even like, I don't think he made it, man. Like, you don't make something like that. And I'm thinking to myself, like, okay, well, he probably just, he got shot in the chest or something? Like, I wasn't thinking anything of it. And then I just remember watching that video, and I watched it once, and I dropped my phone because I was like, what the hell am I watching? Okay, it was literally that shocking. There's been a lot of speculation about who killed him, how he was killed, and what really happened. And I've tried to stay away from some of those conspiracy theories because obviously that doesn't help anybody. But this video here really is showing something that I haven't seen anyone talk about. It's showing angles that when you really think about it, especially if you've ever shot guns, I've shot multiple guns, I've gone hunting, I've done a lot of things. You notice, especially when you use a rifle, like the caliber of rifle that they said he used, entry wound is small, exit wound is extremely large. And that's just for anything. You ever shot a deer? You ever, I've gone hog hunting before. Looking at this and seeing what it looked like come out of his neck, that looked like an exit wound. That didn't look like an entry wound.
In that circled area, you have the blood splatter go down, then up, and then immediately after, you see the exit right here with the skin being pierced.
Yeah.
And then the exit wound emerges. And again, that is not a far distance for a bullet to travel, whatever the caliber is, whether it be 5.56, 308, 30-06. It's not even a debate at this point. It doesn't matter what caliber killed him. What matters is that the official narrative is not true. Again, whether the FBI knows or not that they're lying. But this is 100% conclusive evidence that Charlie Kirk was shot in the back of the head, and it exited through the front of his throat. All of the evidence points to Charlie being shot from his back right. Now, including this little blood splatter that we can see here against the white backdrop, the extreme hemorrhaging from the front of his neck, which again corresponds with an exit wound, the extreme loss of blood. No matter what the caliber is, that distance, that amount of meat is not enough for most bullets to expand. I mean, 99.9% of bullets will not expand in that short distance. Most of them require 12 to 14 to 16 inches even sometimes of tissue to expand properly. Also, Charlie tensing up correlates and proves that he was hit in his spine. It's a spinal injury. Any of the game that I've shot, in the neck or in the high vitals where you impact the spine, the game usually drops right in its tracks because you sever the spinal cord. This is again exactly what we see with Charlie. He tenses up. His head movement also correlates with being shot in the back of the head. His head snaps forward, and then he tenses up, and you see him fade away, drop the mic, and was absolutely traumatizing video footage. And I'm sorry to have to show you guys this again, but this needs to be seen and talked about because this is going to be suppressed in the algorithm. So make sure you share this with any of your friends, your family members. Save this video, whatever you need to do. So this video was actually provided to the channel by a friend of mine who is a Marine, and I forgot to show you the end of the video here. So this is my friend who actually made the video. I want to just give him a shout out. I will link his socials down in the description below. Again, he is the one who brought this to my attention. This is his video. He created this. He did the drawings on it, and he sent it to me to allow me to use it to show you guys what we're talking about. So he says, I have been shot many times, 3 times to be exact, and I know exit and entry wounds. I have extensive firearms training inside the Marines and the civilian world as well. It appears that Charlie was shot in the back right side of his head and the bullet exited through his neck. The moment I saw the video and he tensed up, I thought, that looks like a headshot given the fact that he seized up. It is a very common occurrence with a headshot. So this dude, of all people, would know what an entry and exit wound looks like on his own body, literally up close in 4K HD, as they say. So if anyone is qualified to talk about it, it is this dude. He is a super cool guy, so please go ahead and check him out. And I really appreciate him sending me this over because until he sent this to me, I just hadn't seen anything like it. Now, I wanted to be sure, and I wanted to make sure that wasn't like doctored footage. So I went to one of the original videos that I saw posted the day of Charlie's assassination. And right here I have it paused where you can see that splash that I'm talking about from the entry wound. And you can see it slowed down. This guy in this video is actually talking about the F in this on his shirt and the ring, some other stuff that really has nothing to do with it. People are arguing about body armor. You could see Charlie's, his nipples through his shirt, his chest, his breasts through his shirt, but you can see that he has no body armor on right here. So again, I wanted to confirm the footage I had seen originally was not, in fact, doctored in any way. So you can see it here as well, a little piece down there, and it actually goes up a little bit off frame here from my screen recording. So you can see clearly.
It means he was shot from behind, though.
Then, of course, the part we can't show here on YouTube. So irrefutable evidence that he was shot in the back of the head. Clear as day to me. Now that may be a hard pill for a lot of you to swallow, and without doubt, the non-player characters who just buy into the narrative, as well as the thousands and hundreds of thousands of bots, will likely attack me in this video because I'm showing the truth. I'm going to ask for you guys to share this video so that this word gets out, so that more people can see the truth of what happened to Charlie Kirk. I want to take a look at this photo next. This guy's talking about this bush up here in the top left of this photo, and he zooms in on it, and he's stating that it does look suspicious. It does look suspicious. It looks like there is a person right here, and it looks like there is a rifle right here that the person is holding. A hand here, support hand, sort of very blurry image, but you can clearly make out that this is not just a bush. This is a human skin tone right here. And
seems like a little bit of a reach on this one. But it definitely looks like he was shot from behind. But this feels like a little bit of a reach.
This correlates with a human head and hair and a rifle in the exact kind of crucifix shape of an AR-15 with an optic on it mounted up. So good on this dude for finding this photo and looking for, like he said, hours of going through photos and videos until he saw this. This would 100% line up with the actual shot that we've now proven was not taken from the front, was taken from the back side of Charlie. This would line up exactly with that bullet trajectory and the entry and exit wound that we exhibited, that we saw here on camera. So guys, this is a very heavy topic. I do not want to believe that this is possible, that the FBI either knowingly or unknowingly missed this. And I'll leave that up for you guys to speculate on. I'm not accusing anybody of anything. All I know is that 100% Charlie was not shot from the front. It is very clear that he was shot from the side, most likely by this bush up here, this man in the bush, whatever you want to call him. It has been very clear to me that there has been a lot of NPCs, a lot of people going after me and others who are trying to seek out the truth. And it's so important to not let them silence your voice. For Charlie, for this country, really, for the Constitution, for everything that we stand for freedom, it is imperative that we continue to ask questions and seek the truth when we're so clearly being lied to. So I really appreciate all this.
Yeah, I don't know. For me that's a little bit of a reach with the Bush thing, but I'm not sure. Let's see what some of these comments are saying. It says European here, Americans, please unite. Whoever divided you is planning for your downfall. The difference between the JFK assassination and Charlie's is that we now have technology and the ability to communicate and connect quickly and in different ways. Information is coming out faster than the censorship can squash it. It's a good point. Bro, it's got 1.5 million views in less than a day. We aren't following any of this to go. We aren't allowing any of this to go unnoticed. We all want the truth. Interesting fact is that if the bullet exited and went to the ground within 48 hours, they placed concrete in the whole area. That's a good point. They had the coroner or surgeon, no one will claim who said it, say he was super strong bones and that's why there's no exit wound. Absolutely ridiculous. I've lost all faith in our government. First Epstein, now I repeat JFK. Quit. I don't know. Assassination. Went from magic bullet to magic clones. Oh, magic bones. That's funny. That's hilarious. I mean, they did say that the reason there's no exit wounds is because he had super strong bones, and it's like a bullet that does that kind of damage isn't bones aren't stopping that. It doesn't matter how strong your bones are. Also, if the entry wound was in the back of the head, there's hair, so you're also not gonna see that. So that's another good point to that. But I also have Ian Carroll's video queued up over here, and this was one that kind of led me to believe that story that this gentleman, the video we just watched, is actually accurate. So I want to show you this Ian Carroll video as well, so you can see what he noticed.
Might have found the actual location of Charlie Kirk's shooter. I need you guys to tell me if I'm taking crazy pills over here. So at this point, pretty much all the experts agree that the shot came from the left behind him a little bit. So I figured let's just cook through all the footage that we've got, the original footage, and look over here for someone. And there's this little bloop on this rooftop that we're gonna keep coming back to. But a lot of people are looking at Bushman on this balcony too. And so we're speed scrolling through this video and we're just checking out what do we see there in that spot over and over and over. Right now, I don't see anything, right? And there's like a table and chairs and a little potted plant on that balcony that we'll see again in a second. Side note, this is the footage that has the little guy on the Woodbury roof here, briefly, right there, boom. Don't know what to make of that. That doesn't really have access to the rooftop that I'm looking at over here. But while he's over here, we can get a close-up of this is potted plant and the table and chairs. Potted plant by the corner of the glass, which is important in a second, and table and chairs. And right there, it's pretty obvious that potted plant is not a person, right? So he moves again, speed through it, and then we get another view of this rooftop, and we zoom in, and there's like a little thing there. There's like a little dot in the middle. We're gonna come back to it, right? Pause and check again. There's a little thing right there. That's a thing. It didn't look like it was there in the first shot, but it's there now. This is a little ways before Charlie gets hit. He moves again. Coming around a little closer. Thing is still there. Definitely still there. 100%.
Definitely looks like something.
The balcony is like table and chairs, and there's like a double potted plant thing here. And I think it's a reflection. I think you're seeing the potted plant kind of twice. The thing is still there on the rooftop. And the potted plant situation doesn't really seem to change. He interviews these guys a bunch. And then bam. So now that the shot is fired off, is that thing still up there? This is our first view, and it doesn't look like it. Better view comes up, zoom in. The thing is gone.
There was definitely
something
there.
This is all blurry down here. It clarifies in a second, but that thing is gone. Right? I mean, better view. The thing is gone. It's still blurry down there. And then he puts his tripod down, And when he puts his tripod down, boom, it comes into clarity.
We heard shots.
And the thing is not up there. So I went back and forth on looking at the bush there a lot too once it clarified. And like the bush part on the balcony does not seem to change throughout the whole video. It looks the same on the balcony every time I see it. It's the thing on the roof that goes away that I'm really curious about. So if we're looking at the balcony, you go back to where he's over here by the balcony. Look at how close where the cameraman is standing right now, and all these people that are on this ledge right here. Look at how close they are to this balcony. If Bushman had been on that balcony, all of these people would have been like right next to him. Someone would have seen Bushman if he had been on the balcony. The balcony feels like it's too low. It's too close. It's like the thing about shooting someone is that you need a line of sight to them, and that means they have a line of sight to you. And so in this situation, that means that a lot of people have a line of sight to the shooter at the moment of the shot, most likely. And in that direction where we're pretty sure the shot came from, there's not a lot of options. And then suddenly on the rooftop, which is like the one place with line of sight that is definitely away from the crowds that you would have some privacy on, there happens to be a little dot there that's like there through the shooting time and then immediately gone as soon as the shooting happens.
Right.
So the real question I think right now is this big enough to be shooter? It's pretty small. I don't know if that's big enough to be shooter.
Yeah.
It's far away, but like imagine a person next to these chairs. Like, am I going crazy over here? You guys tell me.
Maybe. Just a little bit. But regardless, it's who knows? Who knows if we'll ever find out the actual story? They're calling it lone wolf at the moment, so you know it is what it is, unfortunately.